Have you here, Congressman, and it's always great when we can take our viewers' questions and just present them uncut directly to you and have you give a genuine response to those questions. So Leatha has our first question for us. Let's take a look at that question right now. And it basically wants to know, it says, I would like to know what you're going to do about the government shoving mandatory health care at everyone. You can make us buy all the health care in the world, but if the doctors and medical facilities are not going to accept it, when we are just paying for useless politics and still not getting medical attention. So obviously a health question right off the bat there, Congressman.
Well, and it's a key concern for all of us. I, of course, voted against the Obama health care package, and in the last 2 years, the House voted about 30 times to repeal all or parts of it. Unfortunately, the election decided a lot of that, and so now it is being implemented. And by this time next year, it will be fully implemented. Now, we're going to keep on trying to slow it down and certainly to minimize the consequences that she's talking about with doctors and hospitals not wanting to take patients or making it harder to get in to those health care people. But it's going to be challenging with President Obama having 4 more years to back out of it too much.
All right. Jennifer has our next question. Let's take a look at that from Jennifer. Is there anything to be done to help those merely existing on Social Security so that we are not so far below the federal poverty level?
I think the main thing is to keep Social Security alive. Since 2010, more money has been paid out of Social Security than Social Security is receiving in taxes. That will worsen over time, and in a few years there won't be enough money to pay the benefits that we've already promised. So we've got to start making some changes, not reducing benefits for anybody who's on it, but making some changes out in the distance in order for Social Security to continue to be there for people to factor into their retirement security. But we got to do that. We can't just stick our head in the sand.
All right, a question now from Beth. This question comes up from time to time. Will you author a bill that sets term limits for representatives and senators? Will this also include making laws that apply to everyone, including Congress?
Well, I've always voted for term limits bills. It requires a constitutional amendment, and that takes a 2/3 vote in the House, 2/3 vote in the Senate, and it has never gotten that required 2/3 vote. All of the laws already apply to Congress. There's a lot of emails with misunderstanding or misinformation going on out there. Other than the constitutional protection that we have for debating issues with free speech basically on the floor of the House, all of OSHA, the health care bill applies to members of Congress just like it does anybody else. All of those laws apply to Congress just like they do everybody else.
All right, the big issue everyone's talking about right now is gun control. We'll talk gun control with the Congressman when we return on the News at